All right, we're gonna do a little different video today. It's been highly requested over the years for me to do a gear video. And today we're gonna talk about kind of what I carry when I do Western hunts. So if you wanna use the term gearhead or someone that's really into gear, I personally am 100% not that person. I like to be a bare minimalist as far as what I carry and hunt with. When I hunt whitetail at home or mule deer, elk out west, I like to carry the least amount as possible, just enough to get the job done and make it somewhat comfortable for myself.
I'd say probably world class.
Oh, travesty. We gotta fix that. We have to fix that. When I started Western hunting, doing backpack stuff, I was living under a tarp, wasn't filtering water. I was literally carrying a gallon of water in there with me. I've come a little bit of ways since then, and we're gonna talk about it today. I'm gonna finish my beans and bacon. I'm gonna head to bed. We'll see you in the morning. Me personally, I don't even know what people use. I don't really watch these videos because I could care less about what people carry.
A lot of snacks and food. Double, triple what I need. But Neosporin, Advil, Claritin D, nasal spray, anything you need is in my bag. We can do a little tour of that later if you want.
So I really just came up with this kind of plan on my own, and it's not anything foreign. It's just how I like to do things, and I think it's a unique perspective that might help someone on a budget or help someone think about it a different way. So we'll start off with the pack. This has been my favorite pack for hunting whitetails here at home in Pennsylvania and for Western hunting. It's a Eberly Stock X2, and it is a small pack, but I've fit so much stuff in this. I've packed out a ton of meat on this thing. It's a really light pack, has plenty of pockets, gets the job done here for hunting whitetails in archery season or rifle season, and I can carry a ton of stuff out with it out west. I've packed out numerous deer and elk with this thing. I would put a guess on that I've fit 70 to 80 pounds of gear and meat on it on a pack out once. But anywho, and this is really hard for me to talk about this stuff because I don't really know anything about it, to be honest. It's a good pack. It's got pockets and you can attach things to it. You got a pocket for water bottle. I mean, I'm not good at, I don't know anything about it. I don't. I like it. So how I kind of run it in the mountains, this is my sleeping bag. It's just a 0 degree sleeping bag. Let me read it because I don't even know what it is. Ascend. And so how I attach it is I'll run like a quick tie or something to these loops at the top, and I just run it at the top of my pack like this. So I don't have everything that I absolutely hunt with. You know, I carry an inReach on me, a little tiny inReach. I'll have that strapped to this. We'll get into this little pocket here. This is where I keep a knife sharpener. So this little Outdoor Edge knife sharpener is my favorite. So I've worked at a local deer processor since I was 14 years old. So I think, do the math, 14 years. And this is what we really use down there, especially when we're skinning deer and deboning deer. This is a really good sharpener. I think it's like 10 bucks. This little Outdoor Edge sharpener, I always carry that on me. I don't carry the replaceable blade knives. I wouldn't feel comfortable if I had to use that in a mountain lion bear situation. I'd rather have a good stout knife to help save my life, and it's not hard to resharpen a blade. What else? So up here you got the top pocket. I normally keep a bunch of peanut butter sandwiches in it up here, but I want to go through this. Very important. Your mountain money. Tickets to the shit show, some may say. So when I was working as a fishing guide in the Bob Marshall, we were doing horseback trips in, and that's where I heard the term mountain money. And so this is always important to carry on your person, obviously. However, it's not a one-trick pony. Mountain money. If you're more of a DIY guy or something, and say you're packing out an elk or you're in a tight spot, this is literal currency in the mountains. You know, you might run into a guy with a pack mule or something, or you're out of ammunition and you need to purchase that off another hunter or a hiker XYZ, this is literal currency in the mountains, so look at it that way. Another trick I want to show you guys, so anything you're putting in a Ziploc, really make sure you get the air all out of it. This will cut down on weight because air is weight. Really get it all out. That's less weight you got to carry around. This top pocket compartment, I think I could fit 14 peanut butter sandwiches in it, just in a regular sandwich Ziploc. I'll put 3 in there, so you put 1 in, smash it, put 2 in, smash it, put 3 in, smash it. You can fit 3 in a sandwich bag, and I can fit, I don't know, I think I fit 14 peanut butter sandwiches in there, in this top pocket alone. Important part, when you get 2 in there, you get outside the bag, and that's how you make room for the 3rd. Boom. Make sure there's no air in it, because air is weight, and we're ultra light hunting. Air is weight. You gotta make sure all the air is out of that bag. And there, that's 3 sandwiches, 1 bag. Alright, boys. Well, good luck. Good luck.
Stay safe. Stay safe up there.
We'll hear from you.
Kill a fucking
Text us if you
can.
Good luck, boys.
Have a good time.
Walk safe.
I guess we'll open it up. So you have these 2 buckles here, and it unfolds like that. So I don't have everything attached in there as if I was in a real hunting situation. I'm standing in my yard right now just doing this video. Alright, so this is like an outer shell for a sleeping bag or something. So if I have the luxury of being able to check the forecast maybe where I'm hunting, and I think, oh, it's gonna hit 15 degrees up there tonight, okay, I'll pack this. And it, I don't remember if you put it on the outside of your sleeping bag or the inside, but it is a good lightweight tool to have on your person. It doesn't hurt. You don't have to take it, or you can take it. That will be pretty much all of this. You don't have to take it, or you can take it. So, like I said, I'm a bare minimalist. I really don't get all hyped up with the latest gear and whatnot. However, I was running a 2-person tent. It was nice. It was just a little big. Lucked into this tent on a good deal. I don't even know what it is. 6 Moon Lunar Solo. This is the whole tent. It's just a trekking pole tent for 1 person. It comes with a stake, but you can just use your trekking pole to set it up, and that's it. And it's super light. I don't know how much they are retail, but I got a really good deal on it, so that's why I own it. Alright, so this one people probably won't take serious, but I've been running this thing for 5 years, I guess. So it's my spotting scope, and yes, this is my spotting scope. So I got this on Amazon for $30. I think it's an E-Marth. It's super light. I don't think there's real glass in it, but I can identify if it's a nice buck from a mile away with it. You know, no spotting scope works really good in low light situations anyway. Since it's not real glass, I don't think. It's super light. It's super small. It goes 20 to 60. And I've ran this beside a really expensive, I don't want to, maybe I can say, no one endorses me. So I ran this beside a very expensive Vortex that my buddy had, and we both preferred this one. It was just a lot easier to work with, probably 1/10 of the weight of that thing, and both of them sucked in low light. I really liked his optic. I'm not here to say bad things about a company. However, if I had to choose, this is just total honesty, transparency right now. If I had to choose, I'd pick this one because it was $30, not whatever that one costs. Triple digits, maybe 4 digits, I don't know. Yeah, both of them did the job in the daylight, but this thing is so much lighter, it's so much cheaper. And you can see it's all electrical tape. That's because my tripod broke. So I just go to Walmart and get the cheapest smallest aluminum tripod I can get. It normally gets destroyed by the end of the hunt, but that's okay. That's what happened in this circumstance. My tripod broke last year, my mule deer hunt, and I always carry electrical tape on me. It could be used as a tourniquet, it could be used to fix your gear, it could be used to hang something. It's electrical tape. But I wanted to leave it on there to showcase that it is an important tool to have electrical tape to fix things. And I always carry that on me. You can strap a tag onto an animal with it too. I don't know. I came up with this, like, what do you call them? A brace with a piece of a stick to brace it up. But that's it. I mean, I love this little thing. I know my buddies have gotten it. They like it, so that's my spotting scope. Okay, we could talk about water. So I've learned lessons about water, a lesson about water in the mountains, but this is what I do. It's worked for me every single time but one time, but I know why. It did not work. So I just get these off of Amazon or whatever, but it's a whole like gravity filter system. So this holds 1.5 gallons of water. Down here it hooks to a straw and then to like basically a life straw filter. It only ever failed me one time. My buddy Chris and I were hunting the high country, got hit with a snowstorm. I left this all outside of my tent hanging up in the cold. Obviously drank the water that went through it, and then I got very, very sick, which sucked because we ended up hiking out of there, hiking up into a different drainage, and that's when I got sick that next night. And that's why I don't have the cord and the filter. I use it one hunt, I throw it away immediately so I don't get it mixed up for next year. But what happened was, since it got really cold, my filter froze. It was just like drinking raw unfiltered water since the filter was frozen, and I paid the price, got sick. So now I take it out and I sleep with my filter. I'll put it in a Ziploc or something and I sleep with my filter. I haven't got into the iodine stuff, but this has worked really good for me other than that. And on that hunt with Chris, I was sick and he woke me up with some gunshots and we had a buck down, so it worked out. I also carry a sleeping pad. I've gone through a couple of these over the years. They don't really last that well. I ran just a cheap like $20 one for 3 years and it finally just got a little hole in it. And my buddy Jason gave me this one. And this one's worked pretty good. So in the pack you get these side pouches. My zipper's broke on this one, so I attached a carabiner to the buckle here. You have little inside pouches here. Yeah, you have this inside pocket here. That's where I normally put my license, so I know it'll never get out. Yeah, so I mean, just like open it up for you. I mean, I could throw on a whole half a mule deer. That's how I like to pack things out. I like to do half the deer, half the deer and half a deer with my camping gear split up. So that's a half a deboned deer with some camping stuff, and then another half of the deer, and I can fit that whole thing in here. So you got your, whatever this is, lumbar, you got your chest. You have side pouches here. On my right side I like to carry my ammo, my clip, because I'm right-handed. I can just feed it in. And then my left side I'll keep my rangefinder right into that pouch, or I'll put it on my belt. I normally attach my inReach right here. Here's the rifle that I use, just a Savage 270. Just my Pennsylvania deer hunting rifle, and then I run 135 grain core locks in it. Got the old 3x9 on it. The way I like to hunt, period, is get as close as you can to the animal. So I'm not really into long range shooting. You know, I'm good out to 300 with this thing, but I want them at 30. And if you watched last year's mule deer hunt, that was a good example of how I like to get close to them. I was set up at like 250 to where the buck was feeding, and I was like, nah. So then I got to like 110 and I was like, nah. So I climbed up on the top of a cliff and I ended up shooting him at 40 yards. So that, I mean, I'm good out to 300, but I want them closer. So 3x9, perfectly fine for me. So now that's pretty much it. I can't really think of anything else. We're gonna get into food here. Smells like beef. But I'm trying to think if there's any other like important things that I carry. I also carry game bags. I'll carry 2 of them. And I just use a big laundry bag. It's made of cotton, and that's worked perfectly fine for me. They're a little bulkier than an actual game bag, but they're super cheap. I can wash them easily. And then I'll carry extra clothes, obviously, like extra pair of socks. That's literally it. Seriously. I don't, other than food, that's it. A jet boil. I carry a jet boil. And yeah, we'll talk about food here. But my own mental math of how many calories I might consume is probably under 2,000. Just personally. I don't know. Everybody's built different and how much you need or want out there. I think that's all personal preference. You know, don't hurt yourself out there, but I feel like I carry enough food that I'm okay. Man, that was boring. That sucked. See, that's why I hate freaking talking about this stuff. But anyway, I'll show you the food that I carry on we'll call it a 2-day hunt. So when I'm hunting mule deer, I like to pack for 5 days. Rarely ever do I stay even 3 days, maybe even 2 days. You know, it's this time of year I've hunted mule deer. They aren't moving a lot. They're really trying to fatten up for the rut and for the winter, so they aren't moving more than 50 to 100 yards a day at most times that I've witnessed. And if you're in more open country, it's pretty easy to pick it apart. It's all situational. You know, if I'm going into a basin I've been into before and I know where the vantage points are of where to glass, I can pick it apart a lot quicker. A lot of times I'm only staying a night and a day if I'm mule deer hunting. If I have colder weather or some snow coming in that's going to move deer around, I'll stay a little longer. But most part, I'm going to give it an evening and a morning and then use midday to bounce out and go up another basin and just repeat that and just look for a little bit more quality buck. That's kind of how I've gone about it. For elk, you never really know what you're going to get into in my experience, so I will pack for 5 days and probably stay for 5 days or more. Elk move around a lot more, and you just got to keep up with them. So that's, I mean, I'm not a freaking expert at mule deer elk hunting, but you got to be mobile and chase them down. So you don't know where you're going to sleep. You don't know how long you're going to be there with elk. That's what I've learned. But anyway, holy rip, this is so boring. But we're going to open her up, and I'm going to show you what food I carry. And what I say, like 2 days, this will get you 2 days of calories or something. Deodorant. I had deodorant in there. That's about it. A couple oatmeal cream pies. So have fun out there and good luck